Today I am going to teach you about the release of insulin. It's very short video about the release of insulin, and it will clear all the concepts related to the release of insulin. First of all, you should know how the insulin is released and which cells are responsible for the release of insulin. Insulin is released by the beta cells of pancreas. Beta pancreas consists of the endocrine portion as well as the exocrine portion. The beta cells are the part of the endocrine portions. How the insulin is synthesized? Insulin is synthesized in the beta cells by the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Then this rough endoplasmic reticulum synthesizes the insulin in the immature form. Then this immature insulin will go to the Golgi complex. What will happen in this Golgi complex? This Golgi complex cleave the immature insulin into the mature insulin and the C-peptide. Then this C-peptide and the mature insulin will go and store in the beta cell granule, or also known as the secretory granules. This is all about the synthesis. So what is the role of C-peptide? C-peptide is surrogate for the beta cell function. It has got the same function as the insulin. It decreases with the loss of the beta cell mass, that is type 1 diabetes. What happened in the type 1 diabetes? The beta cell mass loss due to the destruction, autoimmune destruction, and it increases with the insulin resistance as in the hyperinsulinemia, as in the case of the type 2 diabetes mellitus. We will discuss later what will happen in the type 2 diabetes mellitus. Then come to the topic, how the insulin is released. The main stimulus for the release of insulin is the glucose itself. Glucose, as the level of the glucose increases in the blood, then this glucose will enter into the beta cells of pancreas with the help of a receptor, GLUT2 receptors, or also known as insulin dependent glucose transporter. Then this glucose will go into the cell. The levels of the glucose increases in the beta cell. This glucose will goes to the mitochondria, where the ATP is synthesized with the help of from the glucose. Then this ATP is going to inhibit the ATP sensitive potassium channels, which got two subunits. ATP sensitive potassium channels got the two subunits, the potassium channels and the sulfonyl urease receptor. What is the role of the sulfonyl urease receptor? Anti-hyperglycemic drugs, also known as insulin secretagogues, is going to bind this sulfonyl urease receptor and will inhibit the potassium receptor. As a result of inhibition of the potassium channel, whether it's due to the binding of anti-hyperglycemic drugs or due to the formation of ATP, this inhibition will lead to the membrane depolarization. Then this membrane depolarization is going to open the calcium channels. As a result, the calcium influx takes place. This calcium influx or increased levels of calcium in the beta cells is going to stimulate the secretory granules, which results in the release of insulin from the cell. What are the two main factors or the two main hormones responsible for the release of insulin after the meal? The one is the glucose dependent insulinotropic polypeptide, also known as the GIP, which is released by the K cells of the proximal gut, and other name is glucagon-like peptide. This released by the K cells of the colon and the distal ileum. These are the two ingredients which give the stimulus for the release of insulin. That's all about the release of insulin.